to start off by sharing a story of how I escaped being accosted and followed a few weeks ago and the resulting consequence. I was walking out of the mall of Georgia and the sun had just gone down, so it was about 8 o'clock. As I was walking back to my car, two men in their early 20s started following me. They were asking me how old I was, what my name was, where I was going, and after saying no to when one of them asked for my number, one guy got very aggressive. He started screaming at me, he got in my face, and luckily, I was near my car when he started chasing me. I flung into my car, jammed the key in the ignition, and sped off. However, looking in the rearview mirror and seeing the men climb into their car and head in my direction only made things worse. Scared of what could happen, I came up to a yellow light and ran through it just as it turned red. And I can't describe the feeling of getting away. However, 2 weeks later, all relief was washed away when I received a $70 ticket for running the red light that saved me from any sort of attack. Red light cameras not only violate a citizen's due right to process rights, but they make it to where the ticketed driver can't confront these accusations with any sort of reasoning. Not to mention that they are statistically dangerous. Since they've been installed, rear-end collisions in the state of Georgia have increased from 65 to a whopping 97%. This is due to spontaneous panic slamming on brakes at a yellow light from fear of being feared for running it. Drivers have also described the flash of the cameras as blinding and distracting to their driving. But if traffic light cameras are causing so many accidents and are distracting so many drivers, why are our local governments continuing to install these monstrosities? Well, because the revenue cities and local towns generate from these cameras is absolutely intoxicating. Duluth's lone camera made $790,000 in the current fiscal year and is predicted to make $1 million in the next. In Anne Arundel County in Maryland, the county made a whopping $2.85 million in profit from their one red light camera system alone. Unfortunately, this comes to a cost of 25 to 41% increase in accidents at these intersections. Because of the unfathomable amount of income cities are making off citizens running these lights, many cities have been caught tampering with the yellow lights. Cities such as San Diego and Union County, California, have both been caught shortening yellow light times as short as 0.1 or a tenth of a second of yellow light. So only a tenth of yellow light are giving for all vehicles to stop from the speed limit without crossing the bulk line. The legal yellow light illumination time is 4.3 seconds. One specific case in Milton, Ohio on June 2, 2005, a semi-tractor trailer jackknifed in an intersection attempting to stop in the allotted time and space. This resulted in a 4,500 gasoline gallon spill that closed the intersection for hours. Ironically, there was actually no camera at this intersection, showing just how red light cameras affect the driver's mindset. To add insult to injury, red light camera tickets have nothing to do with the police, and they're not exactly a matter of the law. They're more of a professional petty way for towns and cities to say, "Give me your money." Essentially, a thinly veiled ploy to rob the public in the name of safety. It is delusional to think that a civil fine will keep people from risking their lives. Running red lights is life-threatening, whether there's a $50 fine involved or not. Savvy criminals are cashing in on the same gravy train as local governments. A criminal can wait at your home until you leave for work, take a picture of your car, enclose the picture with a spoof ticket made on a home computer, put it in your mailbox, and demand payment in money order or other untraceable currency. Internet payment is quite convenient and popular with criminals, governments, and victims alike. However, there are actually a few ways to beat the system. Drivers sometimes drive with dirt, trailers, or more commonly you'll see a bike rack obscuring the license plate, thus rendering the system useless. There's even a spray that one can spritz on a license plate that causes said license plate to appear somewhat foggy in pictures from some angles. Some drivers even have their license plate turned at certain angles in which the camera cannot capture their plate number. Unfortunately, driver government officials have caught on to this, and they passed a legislation outlawing these surveillance countermeasures, essentially stating that any person who willfully covers their license plate with plastic or any material will be punished with a fine no more than $1,000. This is Georgia Code 4261, which has been effective since July 1st, 2005. Although citizens may be fined for the covering and obscuring of their license plate, at least the government can't bully the money out of our pockets for protesting. If anyone here feels the urge to protest and join the fight, there are so many online protest groups that you can join. Groups include citizens-to-abolish-redlightcameras.com, libertyfight.com, fireredflex.com, and there's even a Facebook page called Stop Red Light Cameras Protest Group. Luckily for future generations, these protests are not in vain. In the last 10 years, 7 states have banned the use of red light cameras. 25 towns in New Jersey are set to abolish their red light cameras this year, 2015. And the use of cameras have gone down by 6% since 2012. So, slowly but surely, governments are thinking of something other than the money for once, realizing that the danger to these cameras inflict on their citizens. Thank you.